Hello, my name is Mary and I am the knitting designer and podcaster behind Kino Knits. This is a tutorial video to show you how to do the Nupp stitch. You can see a couple examples right here. It looks a little bit like a bobble, but it really is just wrapping some yarn in a specific way around two knit stitches. You can use this to provide texture, and you can even do different layouts of Nupp stitches to create interesting patterns. This is a technique that I use in my Enunciate hat design and maybe a few others by the time you watch this video. So let me show you how to do this. I've got this swatch here and I'm just going to work over to a spot where I want a Nupp. To form the Nupp, as I mentioned, it's going to go around two stitches. In this case, these next two stitches on the needle. The first step is to insert my right needle between the second and third stitches on my left needle, just underneath them. I'm then going to wrap the yarn, not as if to knit, but the other way around over the top of my right needle. I pull that through just as if I'm knitting, and I kind of stretch it to the side so that those two strands cross over the front of the two stitches on the left needle. Next, I'm going to wrap my working yarn, again backwards, the opposite of what I would be doing for a knit stitch. And then I'm going to pass my newly created loop over that wrap. Next step is I'm going to slip the two stitches on the left needle onto my right needle. And finally, I'm going to pass the loop over those two stitches. So what I've done now is I basically have 3 wraps of yarn in front of these two stitches. In the back, it's a little less complicated. And if you were paying attention, you'll note that I didn't ever actually knit through those two stitches. Let's show that again. I have worked over to the next two stitches where I want a Nupp stitch. I'm going to reach between the second and third stitches on my left needle, wrap my yarn backwards, pull through, once again, wrap my yarn backwards, pass the loop over that, slide 2 stitches from the left needle to my right needle, and finally pass my loop again. So once again, I have lots of strands wrapped on the front of this stitch. You want to pull on the tension just a little bit. You don't want to yank it so tight that your gauge changes significantly. If you yank tight, you're just going to pull these 2 stitches together more than you need to. But you don't want it to be loose and flopping around either. I'll show you one more time. Put the right needle between the second and third stitches on the left needle, wrap backwards, pull through, wrap again, pass over, slip the 2 stitches from the left needle, and then pass your new loop over those 2. And there you have the Nupp stitch. Now the important thing to remember is that that is still 2 stitches. So when you are working beyond this, don't knit or purl those 2 together. They are still 2 separate stitches and should be treated as such. This has been the Nupp stitch. I hope that you will enjoy this as part of my Enunciate hat pattern or whatever other pattern that you need to put it in. You can find all my patterns at kinoknits.com/shop. Sign up for my newsletter at kinoknits.com/newsletter. And I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to these tutorial videos. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.